Hello, hey, spiritual biz success people. How are you guys doing? I'm Kimberly Maska, founder of Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, and I am here to talk to you about money, as we usually do, and keeping that vibration up. So there was a post in here last week, and I promised the lady who put it out there that I would come into the group and address the question. So she finds with her business that she makes money. It comes in and then something suddenly will happen and the money disappears. And she's trying to figure out where this wobble is. And I think so many people can relate to this. Being able to consistently generate income, money, that manifestation process always feels like a wobble. So here's the thing. When we have, whether it's your business or you're just able to manifest, you have to be able to master this process to really have success. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in scarcity mode a lot. And so I always laugh when I hear people say like, oh, I'm an amazing manifester. I'm just going to go manifest the money. It's like, well, I'm going to like kind of question you just a little bit and say, if you were such an amazing manifester, then why don't you have income now? Why don't you have money now? And it's interesting because we seem to only manifest when we need it, right? Like we're like, oh my God, I need money. And then we go, poof, we can manifest. And then something happens and we get a little lazy and we start thinking of other things. And then next thing we know, we have no money again. And it's so common. It's crazy, especially in this group. And I say especially in this group because you guys are all incredible, powerful human beings and you know you can manifest. But the manifestation only seems to happen right at that moment of like desperation when something's about to go wrong. Hello, Marissa. And so how do we fix that? How do we adjust that so that we're not like creating all this money and then all of a sudden it's not there? So the key with being able to manifest consistently is to master you, because that's really what it is, right? You have to be able to master your vibration around money to be able to attract it, which is why like when we need it, we're like, oh my God, I need it. Oh my God, I need it. And you're so focused and dialed in and it appears. And then all of a sudden it's like we like let the air out and then it disappears. And then we go, what happened? I don't understand. Or in the case of the woman who had posted the question earlier, she says she'll do really well in her business. And then suddenly some big thing comes up and like drains her of her money. All of a sudden the abundance is gone. So here's a couple of things reasons why I know it comes up. And then here's a way to fix that. So let's see. And Shaman Weaver, who is in my boot camp, she's a boot camp alumni, wobbles about correct and continue. That is correct. So anytime you have a wobble, you just have to go, oh, there's the wobble, and how do I fix it and move forward? So the biggest problem, I think, with the question that was posted in the group was that she was talking about how she creates this money and then it goes away and she wants to figure out why. And a lot of people had all sorts of comments as to why. It was self-worth. It was all sorts of things that they were posting. And while all of that may be true, going really too deep into that is really not going to help the problem. So I'm going to talk more about the mechanics of it versus the emotional part, because they're tied, but sometimes we get so caught up in looking as to what happened and why something happened. This is a big thing I see in the spiritual community. Why did that happen? And we go deep into our inner child and figure stuff out. And that can work and it has its place for a lot of things. But when it comes to abundance, there's so many stories we've been told about money. It's not even funny. It's ridiculous how we've been told how bad money is or how the people who are wealthy are this way or that way. It was really funny. I was actually speaking to someone today who was getting resourceful to enroll into boot camp, and he was saying how his father always looks at these people that have millions and stuff like, oh, those people, like, you know, they're no good or they didn't earn it correctly. And he's got all these limiting beliefs around money. And there are so many limiting beliefs about money out there that it's kind of hard to figure out where it came from, because it's really ingrained in our culture. So when it comes to abundance, I would rather not try to figure out why it's there, because there's a whole lot of reasons why, and it's been really, like I said, embedded in our culture. It's how we've been brought up to look at money as a negative thing that I'm not even going to go there. What I am going to do is we're going to look at how do we fix that. So, and hello to Beth and Denia and Louise. Hello, guys. And I'm going to say this right, but Santian, I'm going to say it. I'll make me right. I think it might be your last name, but we'll go with Angela. So guys, so let's look at what is this? So when we have we create the abundance, we manifest, we know we have to do it. It comes in, we're like, woohoo, and then it disappears. And the reasoning for that is that we have this internal wobble with the money. We're having this wobble of keeping focus on where we want to go and why. There may be guilt that comes along with having the abundance come up And if the abundance comes up, why am I seeing little angry faces? You guys crack me up sometimes. Angry faces. Seriously? You're in spiritual biz success. Give me a break. So anyways, as spiritual beings, there should be no angry faces. But okay, so when the money comes in and then it goes away, why does it go away? What is the thing that pops up that we get all of these like major life crises that happen when we create the abundance? So I think sometimes there can be some wobble around the money coming in. So when the money comes in, we go, oof, like that was amazing. And then we do whatever we need to do with it. And then we kind of go back to our normal, right? There's always this kind of middle line. And the one thing about a human being is that human beings love to go back to where they're comfortable. And even if it's uncomfortably comfortable, they always go back to like a baseline, right? There's a baseline of where you go. So when you come back to that baseline, that's what we know. That's where we're familiar. So when it comes to money, we may earn, and then all of a sudden, we've used it for whatever we manifested, and then we come back to that baseline. Same thing with your weight. How many of you have that last like 10, 15 pounds to lose? You get it, you lose it, and then it comes right back on because we're used to a baseline. So we're very used to that with money. And not only that, it's reinforced by the people around us, because the people we associate with are usually earning or not earning the same amount of money that we are. And so it's reinforced by the people around you. And when you go to manifest a lot of money, your business does really well. If you haven't changed your vibration enough to change the people that are around you, the people around you will start to look at you. There might be some issues with the fact that you're creating a lot of money. They may question where you're getting all of this abundance, and then it brings you back down. So as you start to create abundance, you absolutely need to shift those around you. I hate to say it, but you're gonna have to let some people go. Because if you're gonna ascend, if you're gonna go higher in your vibration, you're going to have to match your vibration with the people around you. When there's a mismatch, that's when you have all these arguments and people are trying to hold you down and all of that stuff. So part of the reason why the money disappears is because we go back to that baseline of what we know and where we're comfortable. And it's really hard to break that habit because it takes mastery of ourselves to break that habit. So to be able to break it, we have to focus. We have to train ourselves. We have to train our subconscious. We have to be able to focus on where we want to go. Doesn't matter how we got there. Doesn't matter who said what about money to get us to that way of thinking. We need to be able to focus on exactly where we want to go, which is what happens when you manifest in like kind of desperation, is that you're so focused on the money that you need for whatever it is that the money appears. But then we get lazy and we don't keep that focus. So we have to master ourselves. We have to master our thoughts. We have to master our subconscious in order to make this happen. So when you are creating, whether it's your business or whatever kind of wealth that you're creating, which is really should be coming from your business. If you guys aren't earning your living from your spiritual gifts, something is definitely wrong, because that means someone else is paying you to do what they want you to do. And that's like no way to live. So you want to make sure that you really are creating your business from your spiritual gifts and what you love to do, and that you're serving at the absolute highest level. If you're working for someone else, doing something you don't love, you really got to figure out what you're doing with your life. So now when we create this manifested money, and maybe it's coming from our business, we're creating all of this, we have to then hold steady with that vision. So how do we fix this, right? We got to hold steady, we got to focus, we got to master our subconscious. So you have to continually focus on where you want to go. It could be something as simple as repeating the words wealth and success, and knowing that when you're bringing that into your subconscious, you're programming your subconscious on what to do, and source will bring it to you because your subconscious is calling in. You're vibrating at the level of what you're thinking. So if you're thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I made that money. Oh my God, I wonder if next month is going to be as big as this month. Oh my God, how am I going to make that happen again? Oh my God, that was crazy that happened. All of those things tell your subconscious, which then vibrates out into the world, that you can't do it again, and that it's not a new norm, and it's not where it's supposed to be. Where when you can have abundance come in and you're very relaxed about it, and you're grateful for it, but you're relaxed about it, and it becomes a new normal, then there's no massive switching of vibration. Because if you're like, I manifested, and you're way over here with all this abundance, and then you start to be afraid, oh, what's it going to happen? How long is this going to last? What happens after I pay my bills? Your vibration starts to come back this way. And then the next thing you know, you wake up in the morning, and the first thought you have is like, oh, am I going to be able to pay my rent again? How am I going to manifest that again? How is this going to happen? And all that worry takes you all the way over to the other side of vibration. So we've got to get to the middle, but then what we have to do is that normal, where we're used to kind of like that baseline of where we sit, we have to inch it up. We have to inch it up so that your new baseline is over here. and then you can go even further. But if you keep falling back to your original baseline, that's why you can't hold on to money. And so when people say I'm a master manifester, I will only say, wow, that's really cool if they currently have abundance. But if you're a master manifester, but at this moment you're broke and you're trying to figure out how to take the next step, you're not a master manifester. You're good at creating something quick, but you have to be able to be a master of it, maintain that vibration so that you continually have abundance. So you have to train that mind. Something, again, as simple as wealth and success. If you've got a business, you just know that infinite intelligence is organizing everything for you, and it is as it should be. Infinite intelligence is organizing the perfect clients to come into your program so that you can really change their lives and create abundance. Infinite intelligence is looking over your bank account. Infinite intelligence is going to make sure that you have all the abundance that you need and desire at any given time. And that it doesn't become this freak out thing. It just becomes this way of being, and it kind of flows into your life. And it's just a part of your new normal, so that you're not like freaking out and you're not going, oh my God, where is it? But if you see that consistent thing where you make a lot of money and you lose a lot of money, you make a lot of money and you lose a lot of money, and a lot is relative, right? For some people, 1,000 might be a lot. For some people, 10,000, some people might be 100,000, whatever it is, whatever that a lot of money is. But when that money comes in, you just hold the vibration, give gratitude for it, and just hold that. Amazing. That's what I have in the bank. Start to see it all the time. Wealth and success. Of course, that's how it is. And it will all just still be there. And you won't have these big influxes. And it's hard to control that. I'm not saying this is like the easiest thing. I'm like, yeah, just go do it. It takes some practice. I still see it in my business, happens every now and then. I see it in my enrollment coaches where it happens every now and then. So it's about maintaining that high level of vibration and holding it there. And when you can hold it there, that's when things start to happen. But you've got to be able to vibrate at that high level long enough so that the universe can deliver what it is that you're looking for, and continue to deliver and continue to deliver and continue to deliver. But as soon as you hit panic mode, as soon as you hit scarcity mode, your vibration drops. It falls all the way this way, and now the universe delivers more of that. And that's when we start to panic even more. So I hope that helps you. Again, I'm Kimberly Maska, founder of Spiritual Biz Bootcamp, which I think most of you guys know, where, like I was saying earlier, when you go to create this financial abundance, if you aren't creating it with your business where you're serving, you got to really rethink what you're doing. If you're going to a 9-to-5 or you're working 40 hours a week for someone else doing something you don't really love, that's not your passion, you have to stop and ask yourself, am I willing to settle for like a mediocre life, or am I ready to really go out there and serve? And if you're ready to serve at the highest level, then reach out to us. There'll be a link up here. You can watch our training, book a call with us if you feel this is a vibrational match, and we will change your life, because Spiritual Biz Bootcamp definitely changes your life and will take it to a whole nother level. And yeah, I think that's all I had. So let's see, any other questions? Vibrate higher, that's it, Marissa. And let's see. And we had Beth and Carrie Jean. There's Carrie. Carrie's in boot camp as well. So how do you hold it there? Michael asked, how do you hold that vibration? You hold the vibration, it's training. You have to train yourself. You have to stop the thoughts that are keeping you at a lower vibration. It sounds simple, and I know it's not as simple as it sounds, because again, we go back to what we know. And I wish I had the answer for why we go back to the negative. I wish I had that answer, but it's so easy. I catch myself, I'll think some random crazy thought. I'm like, why am I even thinking this? This does not serve me at all. And so, but I can catch it. Having an awareness allows you to catch it sooner and catch it sooner. And then you're not even thinking it. So not too long ago, I went ahead and challenged myself to the weekend of just holding like such a clear subconscious and holding that vibration. And it was amazing. And anytime I had a thought about anything else, I just came back to my high vibration and what the universe was doing for me, and sitting in gratitude. And I just did over and over. And like, it was amazing. I tell you, we had an amazingly phenomenal week that following week in my business, because it was just, I just held the vibration and I was able to attract it. And when you get it down, you can attract it really fast, but you've got to be focused. And the minute you don't focus, the minute you get lazy, and it doesn't even have to be a negative thought, it's just you lose focus, it's not going to happen. It just loses momentum. So you've got to keep the momentum there. So let's see what else. So I think, Michael, I think that helped you. And there's Vera. Vera's working on getting to boot camp as well. And Tim, how you doing? Tim is also coming into boot camp. We may go back to the negative because we hit our ceilings, our outer boundaries. Yes, that is true. You're not used to being at that next level, so you come back to where you were. So, so you have to be careful to truly expand and vibe higher rather than just making a ceiling taller. That is absolutely, that is true. You've got to it's got to come from in here. You can't just be like, oh, this is where I want to go. You've got to be able to hold that vibration internally. When you can hold it, not only does it feel really good, but then all sorts of amazing things start to happen around you. So when you can do that, you're just like, yeah, you're just hanging on to it. So cool. What else? Do I have something behind me? I'm not surprised. So there you go. Yes, and Shelby's in boot camp too. Constantly keep reframing the energies. That is it, guys. So that's the answer. And so I will tag the individual who asked the question. I think it was Friday. She had posted the question of what to do. Could it be from all this other self-worth stuff, blah, blah, blah? It could be, but you'll spend so much time and energy trying to figure that out. We have so many negative vibrations in this in our culture about money. Who cares how to figure it out? Let's just focus on where you want to go, and it's about holding your vibration at the highest level. And again, if you guys aren't living your purpose, doing what you love every single day, you need to really consider joining, or really figuring out what your spiritual gift is. And when you have that spiritual gift dialed in a little bit, just a little bit, give us a call, watch the training, and we can see you in Spiritual Biz Bootcamp. So there you go. Yes, agree. And Bridget Patton, yes. Bridget, yep, you guys are all you're talking away. Having a mentor is key. Otherwise, you can't hold that vibration. Otherwise, it's really tough to hold that vibration unless you've got someone kind of guiding you through the whole process. And that is what we do in boot camp. I've come to the realization that in boot camp, I am showing you how to build the six-figure business, but what I'm really showing you is how to eradicate that poverty mindset. That's really what it boils down to, is that because I can show you all the business stuff on the planet, but if you're still coming from a poverty and scarcity mindset, it doesn't work. So I realized that boot camp is really there to eradicate that poverty mindset in spiritual entrepreneurs so that you can create that six-figure business with your spiritual gifts, and it's pretty awesome. So, all right, guys, I'm going to hop, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful day.